with that girl for? Talking about she look like Janet Jackson. Control. Got out the car looking more like Freddie Jackson.
Chris Tucker was just 20 years old when he landed his big break on Def Comedy Jam. His appearance on the HBO series opened doors for him in the entertainment industry, and he went on to have small roles in The Meteor Man and House Party 3. Over the course of a few years, Chris went from being a supporting cast member to playing the main characters in films and rubbing elbows with Hollywood's elite. He appeared to be on his way to taking over the industry, but he would frequently take long absences away from the spotlight. Did the gigs dry up? Before we get started, don't forget you can gain access to this audio and one unreleased, super messy video per month on the Real Reality Gossip Patreon. Details are down below in the description box. Now let's jump into what really happened to Chris Tucker. Growing up in Atlanta with 2 sisters and 3 brothers, Chris told the LA Times that when his mom would go to church, he and his siblings would entertain each other. This was around the time he discovered his love for comedy. In high school, he was voted most humorous and began hosting talent shows and doing stand-up comedy. At the age of 19, he moved from Atlanta to Los Angeles to kickstart his comedy career. Just a short time later, he landed a spot on Def Comedy Jam. His rapid-fire delivery and high energy immediately won fans over. He was able to cross over and was featured in music videos for artists like Dr. Dre, Heavy D, Tupac, and Mace. His breakout role as an actor was the role of Smokey in Friday. F. Gary Gray, the film's director, told the New York Times he fought for Chris to be in the movie over other actors who were better known at the time, like Chris Rock and Tommy Davidson. He said, "His audition was just okay, it wasn't great, but his ability to improvise was unmatched." He saw something in Chris and believed he had the star quality to bring the smoking-obsessed character to life. And he was right. Working with only a $3.5 million budget, they rushed through the filming and wrapped things up in just 20 days. Following Friday's 1995 release, Chris and his co-stars Ice Cube, the late John Witherspoon, Tiny Lister, and Nia Long helped the film become a cult classic. The movie brought in $28.5 million and launched Chris's career as a bona fide actor. During a stand-up performance, Chris said he didn't get paid to appear in Friday. And for those who thought he was kidding, their jaws hit the floor when John Witherspoon confirmed to Vlad TV they only received $5,000 each. Following Friday's success, many people expected Chris to get offered huge deals, but that didn't happen. He had to settle for supporting roles in Dead Presidents, Jackie Brown, and The Fifth Element, and none of those roles provided him with mainstream success. Thankfully, another hit film was right around the corner. He appeared in the 1997 movie Money Talks alongside Charlie Sheen, and 1998's Rush Hour, directed by Brett Ratner.
The amount will be $50 million.
$50 million? And who you think you kidnapped, Chelsea Clinton?
Playing the role of the arrogant detective James Carter alongside Jackie Chan, the film brought in $141 million domestically and another $100 million abroad. For his work, Chris was paid $3 million, a huge increase from what he received for Friday. Ice Cube was working on the second installment of Friday, entitled Next Friday, and he reached out to Chris to see if he was interested. John Witherspoon told Vlad TV that his pay increased from $5,000 to $400,000, which meant Chris was most likely due for a significant raise as well. Coming off the success of Rush Hour, Chris knew he didn't need to settle for anything less than what he deserved. So he turned down Ice Cube's offer and signed on to appear in Rush Hour 2, and pocketed $20 million. The film was such a success, Chris decided to take it easy after its August 2001 release date. He enjoyed his fame and fortune, sparked up a close bond with the King of Pop, and even appeared in his You Rock My World music video, and Mariah Carey's Shake It Off. He also took the time to increase his humanitarian efforts. In September 2002, Chris, President Bill Clinton, Bono of U2, and Kevin Spacey flew on Jeffrey Epstein's private jet to Africa to explore the region's AIDS epidemic and economic development. The years passed and Chris remained noticeably absent from the film industry. But it wasn't by choice. He told The Times he felt his resume was enough proof that he should be taken seriously and he was ready to accept bigger roles. However, he was once again faced with the harsh reality: the lead roles he wanted weren't available. Chris said he was offered roles that were similar to the character he played in Rush Hour, but he really wanted to branch out and try something new. In an interview with the Chicago Tribune, Chris said he wanted to follow in the footsteps of Jack Nicholson. He said, "He might do a comedy, a small movie, a big movie. You never know what he's going to do next." In his mind, that signified a great career, one that doesn't pigeonhole him into certain types of roles. And because he was paid so well for the Rush Hour films, he didn't have to accept anything that he wasn't passionate about. He said he received so many, quote, stupid ideas, but he was waiting around for movies that were more dramatic, something like Forrest Gump or The Color Purple. Instead of waiting for the right gig to come along, he headed out on tour, much to the dismay of the industry. Brett Ratner told The Times that people couldn't understand why Chris was wasting his time doing stand-up when he could have taken a bunch of lesser roles that would have added up to millions of dollars. Brett said, "But it's his own journey. How are you going to be upset about what he's choosing to do with his life?" There were also rumors he had reconnected with his faith and had become a born-again Christian. He told the Georgia Straight he was more liberal with his language as a young comedian, but being a Christian compelled him to clean things up. He said, "I have to dig deeper to find something that's still funny and not raunchy. It's harder. I like the challenge." In April 2005, he was pulled over in Georgia for driving his Bentley 109 miles per hour on the interstate. Chris was locked up for reckless driving and fleeing to elude after he didn't pull over for the state troopers right away. Chris said he didn't see the trooper or hear the sirens during the chase, which lasted about 10 miles. When asked why he was going so fast, he said he was trying to make it in time to his 11 a.m. church service in South Carolina. According to Today.com, he pleaded guilty and paid a fine of $6,999. In 2007, Chris finally made his return to the big screen with the release of Rush Hour 3. According to the New York Times, he brought home $25 million for the third installment. He celebrated by purchasing a $6 million home in a suburb of Orlando, Florida. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Chris took out a loan worth $4.2 million to purchase the 5-bedroom home. And then came a few more years of Chris taking some time away from the limelight. Although he wasn't in the news for starring in a huge blockbuster film, he made headlines for another reason. He was in major debt with the IRS. According to a July 2010 article by TMZ, the actor owed $11.5 million in unpaid federal taxes for the years 2001, 2002, and 2004 through 2006. But that wasn't all. The state of California also filed a lien against him for allegedly not paying $3.5 million in state taxes over the same time span. Months later, NBC News reported he was in trouble of losing the Orlando home he had just purchased 4 years prior. The actor reportedly owed $4.4 million, and the IRS put an $11.5 million lien on the residence to collect his unpaid taxes. Before the home could go into foreclosure, Chris successfully negotiated a short sale of the property. Although he owed $4.4 million, the bank accepted a bid from a buyer who offered $2 million. Chris sold a second Florida residence for a little over $1 million, which was much less than his $1.5 million asking price. He finished off 2011 by going back on tour to perform stand-up comedy, but his problems followed him. In February 2012, the state of Georgia added another $500,000 to his tax bill for failure to pay in 2007, bringing Chris's total debt to just over $12 million. He finally received a script he enjoyed and signed on to play the role of Danny in 2012's Silver Linings Playbook. He followed that up by going on another 4-year break before landing the role of Albert in the 2016 film Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. During a 2017 interview with AZ Central, Chris assured his fans that he was still keeping busy despite his hiatus. He started his own charity and was still performing stand-up. He said, "I am picky. I like to do stuff I can bring something to. I don't want to do something to just be doing something." And since 2017, Chris has yet to star in another mega hit. although there are rumors that he and Jackie Chan are working out the details for a Rush Hour 4. He also told ESPN he was open to appearing in a fourth Friday film entitled Last Friday, as long as the movie made sense and would make fans happy.
Can we expect a new Friday?
Of course.
Are you bringing Chris Tucker back?
We want him back.
Yeah.
I want him back. Yeah.
You want him back?
You want him back. Chris, he wants you back.
can't. You want me to go kidnap him?
We know you can do it. He's funny, though, you know.
All right, man. Let's get him in the trunk.
For now, it appears Chris is enjoying life with his son Destin, while entertaining the beautiful women he has been involved with, practicing his swing on the golf course, and dedicating his time to making a difference through his Chris Tucker Foundation. Until he's offered the next perfect role, we'll continue to enjoy his catalog of entertaining and timeless films. Let us know if you're surprised by what happened to Chris Tucker's career, and thanks for watching Real Reality Gossip.